Hey guys, how you doing? I'm just going to move up, joining us at ringside. So I'm taking up most of this space, so you just can squeeze.
So we'll squeeze down a bit.
Aye, there we go. And Armstrong, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
So there's something up with my mic, I think it's not pushing down. So you're going to be with us when we go into the next few bouts.
Yep.
And hopefully the commentary can be, we're getting pulled up here saying that we're the whole thing's unfair. That last bit I thought was a bit.
I thought it was closer.
Yeah. So we're going to get this up on the screen so you can talk us through what's going on.
Yeah, so this is the first ever female boxing show in Scotland. I got approached about 6 months ago from James White and Tam from the Bowhill Miners Boxing Club, and he felt that I was the person to do this because I'm a female-only coach. I think that's what it was down to, and I think if we were going to do a female-only show, a female-only coach should be the one setting it up. It was his idea.
So this will be Saturday the 22nd of April.
Yep.
At Fife. It's Canada versus Scotland.
Yeah, it's actually Scotland versus Canada and England now. It's slightly changed as I've went on here. So the reason that's happened because in Scotland we've got girls now. There's more and more girls coming through, but not enough to get this show. I can't match everybody up. I'm struggling, so I've had to go down the way as well to make up some of the bouts. Yeah. And I think that's the right thing to do.
It is.
So that we get a variety of different levels of the females up here. And England and the Canadian team. Yeah, definitely.
So every bout's going to be a female bout?
Every single... There's actually 2 Canadian boys coming over with the team.
Okay.
But which we knew about, and I've matched them up for the Friday night before our show.
Okay, brilliant.
And that's going to be at the New York Hill boxing show, so the boys that are coming are still going to get a contest as well. Great. But they queried it because they wanted me to put it on the female show, and I went, that can't happen.
You wanted it to be all female.
It's all female and no guys.
And that's great.
But I've sorted it out so that their boys can compete.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
So do you think we're moving in the right direction?
Well, I hope so. Yeah, I think we're still not quite there yet, but yeah, I think that female boxing everywhere else is bigger than here. And Scotland, at the last championships, I noticed that the entries, there was more and more girls in it at the novice level. And I felt then somebody needs to do a show. And now's the time, because we've got a lot of girls in the circuit.
Do you think part of that's maybe role models? Like Ireland, also got a lot of Irish people watching tonight, have Katie Taylor. England, they've had Nicola Adams.
Oh, absolutely.
I think we're maybe waiting for that Scottish female boxer to really make a presence on that.
Maybe
we've had a couple. We've had Hannah Rankin.
Yeah, we've got Hannah Rankin. I think maybe that's the case. Yeah, if we could have somebody special up here, then maybe that would push the females forward.
I think it needs to be a combination of a few things. I know Boxing Scotland, there was funding kind of going through COVID and it was kind of up and down, but there was funding to encourage females into the gym. We've seen a lot more female officials as well in the last few tournaments. Anne Armstrong was the first ever female pro coach as well.
Yeah, and international coach. So I'm still the only international female.
The only IBA
one-star female coach in Scotland. Yeah. It would be nice to see more, and I'd like to go much further with all of that.
And there is a few names that have came through that I think you've sort of helped mould to become. I mean, Alicia Armstrong. Yeah, no relation to you.
She's not related to me at all, no. But she's coming through. She's at the. She's just turned 18. She's just not even a senior really. She's just 18 now.
I've seen her two, 3 times.
Yeah, she's won. She's in the Scottish finals.
Oh, brilliant!
So she's got a final for this year. So fingers crossed that we can do well. Yeah.
And I mean, we had Stephanie Kernahan who's boxing.
I've watched Stephanie for years. I've been through all her journey. I've been everywhere with her as well.
And she's just like one of these characters that just, I think, definitely Falkirk Phoenix has been a great role model for a lot of the young boxers, male and female coaches. You can't. Although we want to see more females, there's a lot of young males that look up to you as well. So you have a great relationship with your.
My team, my whole squad. Yeah, just the relationship I've built with these boys over the year, it's not just a coach, it's a mentor, a mothering figure,
social worker, teacher,
I'm a psychologist,
auntie, uncle, grandpa,
you name it, I'm everything.
During, I always point this out because it's important to remember, during COVID there was when a lot of boxing gyms had to shut, that impacted a lot of young boxers that lost that. They're losing it for school, but if they had a boxing coach, I know a few like North Glasgow, there's a few boxers that went with Jocko, and I'd see some of the boys in town drunk, that drinking, they were going after the rails a bit, because they never had that routine. 2 young boys I brought here tonight, I won't say their names and they'll kill me, but they've just started, I've sent them to a boxing gym, just because I feel like they're lacking that discipline and that role modelship and that mentorship that you can only get in a boxing gym. And I see your team, I mean, you travel.
I travel a breadth and length of the country. I travel everywhere, I enjoy all of it. I enjoy the club level that I still do, but I really, really enjoy this level. I think the whole Scottish team tonight have done absolutely amazing up to now, and I'm sure the rest will do absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Of course they will. And no discrepancy to Harry, honestly, because I genuinely thought that was a lot closer, but we're just only looking at this side of the ring.
So
there's different sides of the ring. It's my best pal in boxing.
It's easy, you do a good job, and
he always does.
For this event you're putting together.
He's been my best friend since I started boxing. Him and I'll name a few names here that are not here anymore, but George Fabella Houston, Rab Bannon and Mr. Robertson, these guys, from when I started boxing, never looked at me as a female, they just looked at me as a boxing coach, and they were the 3 guys that guided me, and they're not here anymore, but they're legends of this sport, absolutely. And I'm going to be in a book soon, and I've made sure I've spoke about these guys. I've spoke about these 3 guys
how did that come
in my
about?
book. It's just the author of the ring. It was a friend in England that knows him, who knows me through the martial arts world, and had said, you need to send this woman a message. You've no idea what she does in boxing as a woman. So he got in touch with me and just said, look, I would love to do a story on you in my next book. And I went, yeah, I would love to do that. Why not? He says, you're a female in the sport, but you're an international female up there, and you're the only woman up there that I'm told about that runs her own club just as the main coach. And I went, yeah. He says, I need to do a story on you. So it's done, my bio's done. I've sent it away, and the book will be getting produced in the next 2 or 3 months. So let's wait and see. But we'll go back to the female show, because that's the priority at the minute.
Well, speaking about that, we talked a wee minute ago about role models. Topping the bill is Niamh Mitchell, Scotland's first ever
just what I was going to say.
Female international gold medalist. She won the European Junior title last year. I think Niamh can maybe emerge over the next years to be that role model. A fantastic.
I hope so, because she's absolutely talented, and that's the reason I'm doing the show up in 5, because I think she deserves that accolade in that area, and that she'll be the main bout of the night without a doubt.
She just sort of came out of nowhere.
From nowhere,
She did kickboxing, so she's done another discipline, and then she came over. But going into that European Championships, I think she'd only had 7 boxing contests.
It's crazy, isn't it? And look what she achieved at that.
And she boxed in the final a 2-time reigning European champion who'd never lost a contest, and Niamh won it convincingly.
I watched the whole of that tournament. I couldn't believe one bout to the next she was winning. It was crazy, but amazing at the same time.
She showed such poise for such, in terms
of such a young age.
For
such a young age.
Southpaw, great boxer, great to watch. Her style. It'll be great to see her. Obviously, it's a partnership between your club, Doonhamers, and Bohill Miners. Yeah,
it was James. I wasn't even bothered about mentioning my club. I was just happy to set it up. But he said it wasn't fair to do that. The 2 clubs need to be mentioned. It's doing most of the matchmaking. I got all the Canadian teams sorted out with their flights, their hotels, making sure that the training's going to happen when they're here, and I've matched up all the bouts. They've got the venue for me. They've managed to do all that. They've got all the sponsors. There's 15 sponsors. Tam's done amazing to get 15 sponsors set up for the show as well. I've got the trophies, or it's plaques I'm getting made with the teams' names on it and the flags on it. So I've done all that.
How can people get tickets for it then?
So they can either go through James himself. It's not sold out yet, but we're close to, I think, about 180 tickets at the minute. But we've still got 5 weeks. You can either get them through James, you can either get them through that club, or people can just private message me and I can send them up as well. But
come over from Ireland for a little trip to Scotland.
It would be nice, it would be nice. Definitely, but we're looking forward to it. 15 bouts has been set up, so
it really is a great thing, and it's a first in this country, an all-female one. So no, I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to it. I cannot wait to see. I just hope there's lots of. The main reason for doing this live feed tonight is to try and encourage everybody in Scotland, doesn't matter where you come from, to try and come to this show and support the girls. Because a female-only show is maybe not as easy to sell tickets as a male-orientated show. It's a bit different, isn't it? So we need to get behind the girls, behind the show, behind the event. It's not about profit making or anything like that. It's just about making sure there's plenty of people there to support all these young girls that's coming through the circuit, whether they're from Canada, Scotland or England. It doesn't matter, and it's not about us as coaches, it's about them.
Yeah,
it's about them.
And I think even though like women's football and there is more of a focus now when people are starting to realise that there is young people, that young females that can come through these programmes and can go into different sports and achieve the same level as what they would expect males to achieve. I spoke earlier, and I mention it all the time just because I loved her growing up, but my cousin Lourdes McDermott, first ever female sanctioned bout in Scotland, was in the Hydro, Dunblane Hydro in 1994, and sometimes when I look back at the articles, I'm like, wow, they were talking about lipstick and what she was wearing and the fact she was a beautician, and you're like,
it's come a long way. I mean, it was only 2012 that female boxing first got in the Olympic Games.
That's right.
From then, over the last 10 years, I guess there has been a lot of growth. Obviously still a long way to go.
Yeah.
But how do you reflect on the past sort of 10, 11 years since it first made the headlines almost in the public consciousness?
Yeah, I think more people in the country are getting a bit more behind female. Because if you look at the professional side now, would we ever have thought that would ever be the case with professional women boxing? And look, some of them are the main event nowadays.
Well,
some
Hannah
of these
Rankin
females.
she topped the belt. I think it was the first ever time a woman topped the belt.
Yeah. I mean, 10 years ago, would we ever have said that would have been the case?
No.
We would never have said that, would we?
You never really saw it in terms of even the professional ranks. I remember you would occasionally see on like a Don King show.
Yep.
You would have, but apart from that, you never saw female boxing on any undercard.
No.
Let alone a main event.
And now some of these events are more than
headline.
Headline.
Yeah.
You get.
But with boxing, I mean, I could watch Stephanie Kearney, and I'm looking forward to it because I just.
Stephanie's been around such a long time now. I mean, I can't wait to see her. Actually, it's going to be brilliant. But there's not just her. We've still got Megan up there. We've got Caitlin now as another senior. They're all
Brooke
looking
Neely
really.
As well.
Brooke. Obviously Brooke. Yeah, and Neve. And there's some of the other younger girls up there. Dion, Poland. I hope she sticks in because she's great.
She's fantastic.
She's been. I just hope she does. I hope she's got an opponent for the Scottish for this year. I think she has, hasn't she? I'd like to see her in the final.
I think so, yeah.
Sometimes they don't get an opponent.
Last weekend at the Southside show, we seen young Lexi Clark. She was boxing.
He had quite a few. He had 2 or 3 girls on, didn't he?
Yeah, but Lexi Clark was boxing Sudan, who was her first bout, and Lexi is like
Scottish champion.
Yeah, and you're to get to Sudan for taking Lexi's first stoppage, but I mean, Sudan stepped up.
It's almost like the opportunities are limited. Who are you going to box?
Box
first.
And it was great for Sudan to step up so Lexi could box on a home show, because sometimes you go to home shows and it can just be exhibitions for females.
No, they're just but they're taking the real bouts now. There's no shying away anymore. But that's because there is a bit of growth now. There is definitely a change, and I can only hope that we do this female show and then we build on that, and Boxing Scotland start the programme and develop girls. Hopefully that happens. I hope that's the case, because we need to do it.
I know.
We need to have a team. We need to build a squad, but we also need the commitment from the girls and the dedication and the turning up for the training. It's a two-way thing.
So good luck with the show. I'm going to be there.
You're coming up anyway, aren't you? Yeah.
We'll be there.
Marianne, I spoke to Marianne tonight. She's going to be coming up.
You've got a few people.
She's coming up. Yeah.
There's a few.
Yeah, she's coming up.
Special guests.
Yep. I've always got something up my sleeve. But yeah. So there maybe it's not definite yet, but we've sent. I think Marianne sent the message to the. What do you call her? The sports. Minister. Couldn't think of the word there. Sports minister. And she's a lady. She's a girl. She's a woman.
Sports minister?
It's that woman, wasn't it? I've seen her before, but I can't remember her name.
Things might change.
Yeah.
Or is it she?
Is it still her? Is it? I'm not sure.
Shona Robinson.
So she's so hopefully she'll.
People are changing in the government daily.
Yeah, might change.
At the minute,
we'll be sending this to you, Shona. If you are still the sports minister, then we've got a great event for you.
Marianne's done it anyway, so let's hope she can. She's wanting to come to an event where it's an all-girl thing, so this would be an absolutely prime opportunity to be at this, wouldn't it?
So
hopefully.
I'm going to have a 2-3 minute break before we go back to the bouts. Anne will still be here. And
I'm going to watch Stephanie's bout. Yeah, that'll be lovely.
You're going to stay for the commentary for the next bout? No, brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. Right, Stephanie, why not?